You're not gonna start jimmying me?
Sorry, jimmying you?
You know, that weird therapy you do outside of the office that Paul hates?
Jimmying, though, huh?
Dear God.
I like that.
And that's our time.
Luke, Shrinking Season 2 returns October 16th, and I cannot wait. This season, we deal with the consequences of Jimmy's unorthodox approach to therapy. What does that mean for Sean this season?
Ooh, what that means for Sean is Jimmy is doing a little less than Paul. We're going to see Paul step in a new way in Jimmy's approach to Sean's therapy. And I think we're going to see the benefits of teamwork because it's looking like Sean is a group project.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love that this season we see character dynamics that we didn't get to explore a ton of in the first season, but this season you get a lot more scenes with Harrison Ford. Can you talk about how Sean and Paul's relationship evolves this season and just working with Harrison in general?
Yeah, so one, working with Harrison is great. He's so funny and warm and fun, and he makes really bold and interesting choices. But between Sean and Paul, there's a bit of like a sort of competitive nature in both of them. They're both pretty straight-laced, kind of we're not in it for the joke kind of characters. So they're similar in a lot more ways than Sean and Jimmy are. Sean and Jimmy kind of complete each other, whereas Sean and Paul there's a little bit of similarity there. And that's what I'm so excited for people to see this season.
Absolutely, absolutely. This season, we also get to see Sean kind of move towards his goal with the food truck. Can you talk about his relationship with Liz this season and how we see that relationship develop and change?
I think Sean thinks the world of Liz. I think he understands that she's an eccentric character. She has her things, her icks, things that click her and push her. And I think Sean doesn't care because he can see straight through all of that and just see the biggest heart. So there's something about Sean, I think, because of his history and his past, he can see the true value of an individual more than anyone else can. You know, he's seen what it means to be in a life and death scenario. So I don't think he cares as much whether somebody calls things agates or rocks. He will call them what she asks him to call them.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of Sean's past, Sean is forced to kind of confront his past this season. Can you discuss how this kind of affects Sean's growth?
Yeah, so the thing about moving forward by looking at the past is you do have to go there and you do have to revisit it, which means there's going to be a few steps in the opposite direction that you want to head. And we can see in season 1 that Sean doesn't really like to address the past. When he feels good, he wants to hang on to that feeling, not realizing how that could be sacrificing more progress. So we're going to see for him what it means to make those sacrifices to continue moving forward.
Now, forgiveness is a big theme this season. How does that apply to Sean's storyline? And what have you learned about yourself through Sean's journey in shrinking?
That quote by Anonymous that says, not forgiving someone is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It's so cliche for us all to acknowledge that forgiveness is for us, not for the other person, but it's so true. And we are just going to see a real true to life play-by-play of how that would happen when you keep sipping that poison, expecting for something else to happen.
Absolutely. Luke, thank you so much for your time, man. You're incredible in this show. I can't wait for people to see season 2 on October 16th. I appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
Thank you. So nice chatting with you today.
How much do you pay him?
Nothing.
Yeah, it sounds about right.